Driving in parking lots is really hard for me because I have a fear of speed bumps, but I'm slowly getting over it. Willkommen! That is German for welcome. Welcome to English, not German. And today we are looking at some amazing text called 3 Cheers for the Nanny State. I almost forgot. I thought it was Welcome to the Nanny State. 3 Cheers for the Nanny State. You should definitely have this open. And today you will also need to have open your evidence log because we're going to be making notes in there. Now, I'm going to do what we did last time and the time before, which is I will give you the basic overview of what to do. If you feel confident, want to challenge yourself, and you just go and do it, then go for it and get it done. After I give directions, then I will say stop, and then you will go do it. The rest of you can hang in there with me, and I'll give you a brief guided tour of what to do. So today, ahora, go ahead and hide this, click. Today what we're doing is looking at making meaning. We finished all of these other ones. The research question, hopefully there's some pretty interesting things you found out. And close reading is what we did last time. Today we are looking at analyze the text and analyze craft and structure. Okay? Analyze the text, analyze craft and structure. So let's look at this. Analyze the text. This section is really about taking a deeper look at the arguments, looking at kind of the issues as the text talks about them, okay? So you're going to respond to those questions with complete sentences. And right here, number 3 is where you're going to use your evidence log. So number 3 is definitely going to be used in your evidence log. It says the essential question: when is it right to take a stand? What have you learned from this text about when it is right to take a stand? Yeah, that's where you're going to put some ideas in that evidence log, okay? Okay, then we will look at analyze, craft, and structure. And this section, while the first section is more about the arguments and stuff, the second section is more about the author herself and kind of the techniques she uses. So one is about the arguments and the other one is more about the techniques for arguing. So I can say, like, what about the argument that whales are mammals? And you go, oh, that's an argument. But I could say, what about how you argued that whales are mammals? And you're really talking about, oh, we used persuasion and used generalizations. And so it's talking about how the argument works, okay? So the craft and structure is really where we start talking about the techniques, fact versus opinion, logic, generalizations, and you're going to fill out this little handy chart. This is probably the most challenging part of this. What are the facts the author states, and then how do they support the argument? That one's going to be a little bit challenging for you, and but I think you're going to do great with it. So I want you to go ahead and knock out those 2, and honestly, I mean, there's not a lot I can help you with on this one. This one is really, you just got to get it done. So those of you who need a close tour, we'll do something here. I can't do a ton with you on this one, but we'll get a little close tour, okay? So if you are ready to get to work, you can stop it here. Otherwise, stick around for the tour. Stop. Okay, all right. Tour guys, like I said, we'll kind of read through the directions together, but just bear with me, okay? So let's look at the directions together. Author's argument. An author's argument is his or her position on a controversial or debatable topic or issue. In an argument, the author makes a claim or a statement of a specific position. The author's reasoning for writing is to convince the readers to share that position. You guys know this, right? To do so, the author gives reasons. Yeah, thing 1 and thing 2, reason 1, reason 2. It's part of your thesis. They give reasons for taking the position, and they provide supporting evidence that is relevant or related to it. This is why we use quotes. The most basic forms of evidence are facts and opinions. So you can use facts as evidence, and you can use opinions as evidence. It's true. One is stronger than the other, though. Guess which one? A fact is something that can be proved. An opinion is a person's judgment or belief, and it may be supported by facts, but it cannot be proved. A successful, so that's important because I want to write a successful persuasive argument. So I need to know what this is. Relies on factual evidence, so facts are better. It also uses logical reasoning or clear thinking that shows how an author has arrived at his or her position. An author's argument and choice of supporting evidence can be influenced by various factors. So how an author argues can be influenced by a lot of things. Not everybody argues the same way, but there is kind of this understood rule of like, you have to make sense. Okay, you can't use non-logic to argue. You can't say, all whales are mammals and pigs are mammals, therefore pigs are whales. It's like, that's not logical. You didn't use logic. You just made words that did. But someone may argue that all whales are mammals different ways. There may be different people that use different evidence and different ways to argue that whales are mammals, okay? So that's what this is saying. An author's perspective, which can also be called point of view, includes his or her attitudes, beliefs, and feelings. If the author's personal attitudes or feelings are too obvious, too prominent, an argument may seem less convincing. What this is saying is important. So if your personal beliefs are too prominent, you'll be less convincing. So if your opinion is like, rah, coming on super strong, people might go, you're a little biased. It's like, tone it down a little. I'm not going to take you too seriously. Because they'll doubt that you picked good evidence. In extreme cases, it may even be read as bias, which is an unfair preference for either for or against an idea or group. So, in this chart, we need to look for facts. So, opening this chart, you'll see that you need to list a fact. 4 facts the author uses to support her argument. So her argument is essentially, it's okay that sodas were banned, and it's not a big deal. It's okay that government controls certain aspects of our life. That was her argument. So we expect to find her state some reasons why the government should be allowed to do this. Part of what she does to drop evidence on us is that she talks about John Stuart Mill quite a bit. So you can look back through that section. She also talks about these research psychologists and Nobel Prize winners, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. So you can look over the things that they wrote about status quo and optimism bias. And then she goes into some logical reasoning. Okay? So look through those, find 4. Number 1. What generalizations or broad statements does the author make about Americans? So what are these statements about Americans? They're broad generalizations. This will help us see bias. What reasons does the author give for these generalizations? And are they facts about Americans or are they opinions about Americans? Okay. Number 2. Do you think the author's argument will benefit the health of most people? Most people. Why or why not? What evidence from the text supports this opinion? It's very thoughtful. I mean, this is a good question. You need to think about that. Number 3, based on your evaluation, did you find the author's argument convincing and persuasive? Why or why not? What do you think? This is your opinion. What do you think? Good argument? Bad argument? It's up to you to find out. Gracias. You are good to go. If you need further help, email me or come talk to me in class. Talk to your fellow classmates first. Come on. Y'all are buddies. You go way back. I'll see you later.